Hello everyone, Sadly here and welcome back to another episode of Bugrock of the Week. Today we're going to be checking out the newest, weirdest, and funnest bugs in the 1.17 Caves and Cliffs update. Now that the update has been out for a little while, we've all had time to discover the weird and wackiness of this update. So let's just hop into it, shall we? Just a real quick PSA at the beginning of this episode, Diamond Ore Generation is now back to normal as of 1.17.2. So if you go ahead and explore new chunks in your Minecraft world, you will get the Caves and Cliffs features and the actual proper amount of diamonds as well. Any chunks generated in 1.17.0 will have the improper amount of diamonds, so you don't really want to go mining there. So yeah, so for all of you still confused and asking everybody about it, this bug has been fixed and is no longer an issue as of 1.17.2. And let's hop into the weird and wacky bugs, shall we? So as you can see here, there's a bug that allows you to place the amethyst buds on just about anything that you want, and this is actually incredibly easy to do. So of course, whenever you have an amethyst bud placed on a normal block, if you remove the block underneath it, it's just going to pop off and basically destroy the item. However, if you place a block above it, or for example to the side of it, then break the block underneath it, those things are going to stay floating there forever. You can then go ahead and remove these blocks and update those, and they're just going to basically stay there. The only time they're going to get destroyed is when you place a block right there. However, what we can do is place those buds back, place in our blocks on the points of the buds, remove that block, and then put really anything there that we want to. Remove these solid blocks, and bam, now they're there just kind of floating on a chest. You can open that chest and it just kind of stays there. It looks so weird. I haven't found anything that this doesn't work with, so have fun putting amethyst buds on basically everything in your world that they don't belong on. So yeah, as far as I can tell, this should work with literally anything because it only breaks once you update the bottom of it. So for example, you know, pressing a button or causing some form of other update. So it's still a really cool thing that you can do with basically any item in the game, and you can have fun just making some really strange combinations. Like I have an amethyst crystal on top of a piece of bamboo, or on top of a small drip leaf, or on top of another crystal. So here's a really fun one that allows you to get standing water sources. These are water sources that are not updated and are basically just standing still. This is a really easy thing to do. So all you need to do is kind of like box in a water source on three sides like this, place it in, and then either place in a bed and really any orientation, either pillow first or foot first. And whenever you break that bed, the water is not going to be flowing at all. It just doesn't update the water. It's pretty sweet. Now, this has also been around with stairs for quite a while as well. So you'd box it in on three sides, waterlog the stair, and then you can remove the stair and it's not going to flow out the bottom or out the side. It's really cool, and it is just prime for a lot of prankage. So if you're doing this with a bed, you can only get standing water on one side. You can't get it on the bottom. However, if you're using it with a stair, then you can get standing water on two sides. One on the back side of the stair right there, and one on the bottom of the stair, and bam, now we have a piece of floating water. So you can kind of go ahead and zigzag this, and then you can just have some weird, wonky floating water all over your Minecraft world. So this bug has actually been around for quite a while. However, I believe the bed method is new. Maybe it's not, I don't know, but it's still a fun bug. There used to be several different ways of doing it as well, such as with hoppers and rails, hoppers and carpets, and really just like any block and carpets. And as you can tell, the water is never going to update. This has literally been here for a year. It's been through several different updates, and the water is still standing still. It's not going to update or flow until you personally update it by placing a block next to it. Another minor and weird bug is the pick blocking of dark oak and achacha leaves. So if you try and pick block these things in creative, the achacha leaves will give you achacha, and if you try and pick block dark oak while you have achacha in your inventory, it's going to select the achacha but say that it's dark oak. If you look above the hotbar, it says that it's dark oak, but it's definitely achacha. This works in reverse as well. Here's kind of a fun bug that you might not really think about or ever need a use for, but if you get hit by an iron golem, you won't take fall damage after you get hit by it. Also, don't get hit by iron golems. These guys hit like 3 trains. Okay, let's demonstrate that again. Hi, please. Oh, wow. You're just okay. You're just gonna keep on one hit. I need some armor for this. Hi, please yeet me into the air. Thank you. But yeah, as you can see, you don't take any fall damage when hit by iron golems at all, which is kind of weird. I like it though. So here's a pretty interesting and strange bug with villagers. Farmer villagers will not harvest any crops at all unless they have some form of crop in their inventory. This guy's been sitting around in here for minutes, and his workstation and bed have no, impact on his harvesting abilities. So if I just go ahead and throw him one potato, he's going to instantly start harvesting things, which is very strange. Maybe they're waiting on having something to plant before they go and harvest, but that doesn't really make sense because as soon as they harvest something, they'll have something to plant again. So if your villager crop farm isn't working, consider throwing a couple of crops to your farmer villagers, and that might just fix it. There's also a small visual bug when your cursor is underneath lava. So if we just go down underneath this lava, you can see that our cursor is this weird little greenish square, and that's just not normal, man. Another small visual glitch is whenever you punch a cave vine that is below a glowberry cave vine, the bottom of that glowberry cave vine is going to remain completely flat. As you can see, the edges don't go up and it doesn't turn into like the pointed version like this one right here. It just stays completely flat, and it's kind of, small and not really that big of a deal. 1.17 brings the return of severe inventory lag. And one very, very specific situation. So, shulker boxes full of buckets of axolotls can cause this kind of lag. Yes, this kind of lag. I can't actually open my inventory. I pressed E about a minute ago and my inventory still has not opened. Now, these aren't just any axolotls. These are wild harvested from nature, like they actually spawned. I physically went and picked them up with a bucket and then put them into the shulker box. The axolotls from the creative inventory don't have this issue. And now I have many, many, many shulkers of those axolotls. I would show you my inventory if it would let me, but I literally cannot even get into my inventory. It's severely laggy. I've never seen inventory lag quite like this one before. So wrapping back around to the amethyst clusters and buds, you can place these things on a variety of different redstone components, including pistons and observers and droppers and all of this good stuff before us here. However, if you update or power any of these things, then they will pop off like they're not allowed to be placed on it. So that's kind of a weird bug. Something is definitely amiss here and a little bit funky. I tested all of these blocks and a couple other ones as well. However, I feel like a lot more blocks need to be tested just to make sure this bug doesn't happen with those as well. Right now, you can actually grow azalea trees underwater, as you can see here, and I've actually seen this in regular world generation as well in the 1.17 betas. You can kind of find these in the lush caves underwater sometimes. So this is a really easy thing to do because you can just place azalea and flowering azalea straight up underwater, and then all you gotta do is bone meal them, and bam, underwater trees. Kind of strange and funky. The regular saplings in Minecraft can't be placed underwater at all since they have to be placed in air. I thought of a way to test if normal saplings can grow underwater and into water, and it's actually pretty simple. The saplings don't really care about leaves, so now we can make ourselves a little dry area in here, have a sapling underwater, and will it grow into a tree? The answer is no. No, it will not. So water does actually prevent regular tree growth. Interesting. And just trying the same thing again on land, as you can see, the sapling has absolutely no issue with all those leaves being there. We also have kind of a weird issue with scaffolding in this update. So as you can see, if we have a scaffolding off of the edge, this one is being supported by the scaffolding over here. However, if we place a scaffolding underneath that one, it's actually going to break off when it shouldn't. This one should fall down until it finds something it can land on, and this one on the side should remain supported by the one to its side. And we can demonstrate this a little bit better just by building a tower of scaffolding on top of that, and then placing one right there. As you can see, the entire tower breaks when it really shouldn't. Okay, so this next one I'm pretty sure is not actually a bug. However, it does relate to a bug, and it's also really cool, so I want to show it to you because it's awesome. So, as you know, a channeling trident can strike a lightning rod, and that will summon summon a piece of lightning. However, that requires a thunderstorm. Now, on Bedrock Edition, you don't actually need a thunderstorm because of a bug. You can do this in the rain. So if we set the weather to rain, we can see this thing in action. And basically, this is the entire setup you need. You need a sticky piston, lightning rod, redstone underneath that, solid block, and then a button to start it every now and again. You press the button, and then bam, infinite lightning. This is very similar to an old school bug I covered way back in the early days of Bugrock with another form of infinite lightning. However, this is actually like an intended game mechanic and something that you can do with the lightning rod and channeling tridents in Minecraft Bedrock Edition and on Java Edition too, I believe. So have some fun with this, deafen all of your friends with the extreme lightning noises, and make some really cool builds around this, please. I want to see like a Dracula's castle or something insane using this lightning. Oh, and by the way, you can tile these for multipliers of infinite lightning. It is so silly ridiculous. We're actually like overloading the sound engine of Bedrock Edition. It can't even play the lightning sounds at this rate. Oh geez, it's so silly. I love this so much. You definitely want an off switch for this. And that is the majority of the cool stuff that I have to show you for this episode of Bugrock. If you guys ever find any Bedrock Edition bugs, then of course let me know in the comment section, at me on Twitter, or put it in our Discord server, and I'll try and fit it into an episode someday on the channel. I got so many bugs I want to show you guys, so hopefully you are still enjoying this series. Also, as kind of a side note and last minute promotion, I do have a TikTok, and I've been uploading little shorts over there of videos that I make and stuff, and I also upload those to Twitter. So if you want to see some additional little side content for, you know, just every now and again casual viewing, then check out the TikTok or the Twitter page, linked down in the description. And otherwise, shameless promotion aside, I hope that you have enjoyed today's episode of Bugrock. If you did, do the YouTube things, leave the likes, leave the comments, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you all down in the comment section and in the next one. Thank you ever so much for watching. And then there was silence.